Welcome to the GITEP Professional Lead and Subject Mentor Training for 2022-23. This presentation covers the GITEP course and curriculum. First, some introductions, starting with our GITEP family. This comprises the GITEP SCIT itself and our 4 school direct partners, which are Balcarres, Sept, Cotswold and Odyssey. These are overseen and supported by a partnership board of local head teachers and senior leaders, and the partnership itself comprises over 30 local schools. Next, we'd like to introduce the GITEP SCIT programme itself. This is made up of 2 parts. The main one enables our trainees to achieve qualified teacher status. Their teaching practice, teaching file, trainee logbook and end of placement reports are all taken into account at the end of the course and assessed against the teacher's standards by mentors, professional leads and subject leads. If successful, trainees are then recommended for qualified teacher status by GITEP to the Department for Education. The second part of the course enables trainees to achieve a postgraduate certificate of education. This comprises 3 assignments which are set and assessed by our partners at the University of Bristol. The assignments are at master's level and the 3 assignments are each worth 20 credits. If successful, the PGCE is awarded to the trainees by the University of Bristol. During the course, there are 3 key people that the trainee will work with on a regular basis. The first is the subject lead, who covers subject knowledge, curriculum and pedagogy. We have 1 for each subject. They lead and support the subject mentors, but also lead the delivery of the weekly subject pathway programme, which takes place on Thursday afternoons, usually in the subject lead's own school. The second is the professional lead. You'll find 1 professional lead in each partnership school, usually a senior member of staff. They lead and support the mentors within their own school, but also lead the delivery of the weekly professional studies programme for the trainees in that school. The third and perhaps most important is the subject mentor. They support the trainee throughout their school placement and will be working with them on a day-to-day basis. They lead a weekly reflective conversation with the trainee, and they assess the trainee's progress against the curriculum and set weekly targets for their professional development. The roles and responsibilities of the subject lead, subject mentor and professional lead are set out in our course handbooks. We recommend that you take some time to read through these carefully. Now let's look at the GITEP SCIT curriculum in some more detail. First, let's look at our curriculum intent. There are 5 parts to this. First is partnership and community. It is a partnership board that oversees the work of the GITEP SCIT and a partnership of schools that provide not only school placements but a wealth of expertise that we can draw on for our professional studies programmes. The fact that the majority of our trainees take up places at Gloucestershire schools when they qualify reinforces the importance of GITEP as a provider of training in Gloucestershire schools for Gloucestershire schools. Next is subject knowledge and expertise. We believe our subject pathway programme is a real strength of our course. Sessions are run weekly throughout the course and our subject leads are all serving teachers in Gloucestershire schools, meaning they have up-to-date practical knowledge of how their subjects are delivered in schools to support their theoretical knowledge of curriculum and pedagogy. Evidence-informed practice is a key feature of the Common Core framework and forms the basis of the GITEP curriculum. Running through the curriculum are also opportunities to develop trainees' reflective skills in preparation for their future teaching roles. Pupil progress and outcomes are embedded into the curriculum, as this is ultimately what we're all here for, to improve the outcomes for the children in our schools. And finally, well-being and support are a key component in the course curriculum. Not just the well-being of trainees while they're on the course, but also providing the skills and good habits to support our trainees to have happy and successful teaching careers. The GITEP curriculum is delivered across 5 pathways. The first is Central Professional Studies, which take place in September, in the winter, December to January, and then in March. This is when all the trainees across the GITEP course come together. Subject pathways occur every Thursday afternoon and are led by the subject lead. Professional studies also take place in school and are led by the school's professional lead, and these are weekly throughout the course. GITEP have 2 school placements. The first parent placement takes place in the autumn and summer terms, with a contrasting twin placement taking place in the spring term. Throughout the placements, there are weekly meetings with the subject mentor and 2 lesson observations each week. The final pathway are the PGC assignments set and marked by our partners at the University of Bristol. These assignments are specifically designed to integrate with the other aspects of the GITEP course. This shows a copy of the GITEP calendar for 2022 to 23. As you'll see, most of the squares on the calendar are yellow, denoting school placements, which make up the bulk of the course. The white squares are Central Professional Studies, and the purple denotes subject pathway sessions. You'll also see included on here study days which occur just before each of the PGC assignments are due to Bristol University. And finally, on the second page, we show the various QTS and PGCE assessment deadlines. The GITEP curriculum comprises 3 phases: Explore, Embed and Enhance. We're now going to have a look at these in a little bit more detail. The Explore phase covers Induction and Parent Placement 1. Induction starts with 3 weeks of professional studies, including 2 focused investigation days in other partnership schools, and is then followed by 3 weeks of induction in their parent placement school. The induction weeks give the trainees opportunities to explore the application of what they've learned in the context of their parent school. They also get to learn about how the school works and perhaps meet some of the classes they will eventually teach, and maybe even trial some small episodes of teaching if they are ready. This takes trainees up to half term. After half term, trainees will start teaching, but they will start off with small numbers of lessons each week and gradually increase the amount of time they spend teaching each week, aiming for around 9 to 11 hours a week by Christmas. The PGC assignment during this Explore phase focuses on SEND and on barriers to learning. Trainees will explore the differing needs of pupils and how teachers adapt their practice to include them in their lessons. They will combine writing a literature review with a case study pupil in their school. The Embed phase takes place in the Twin Placement School. The idea is to give trainees an opportunity to embed their practice developed in their first placement, but this time in a different and hopefully contrasting context. Trainees will then increase their teaching hours to around 11 to 13 per week. At the same time, trainees will be encouraged by their subject lead and mentor to try some newer approaches and to be a little bit more proactive as they try to embed what they learned in the Explore stage. The PGCE assignment for this term focuses on medium-term planning. Trainees will have the opportunity to conduct research on subject pedagogy and also to apply it to their own classroom context. So we're now trying to get trainees to embed their learning and develop their planning. The Enhance phase takes place back at the parent school. In the familiar environment, trainees now have an opportunity to really progress and enhance their practice. Their teaching hours will increase to between 13 and 15 per week. Trainees will also gain a better understanding of the big picture of learning over time, with their subject lead and mentor encouraging longer-term planning and the use of a greater variety of assessment methods. The final PGC assignment focuses on researching an area of interest within the subject curriculum. This enhances trainees' understanding of current issues in subject pedagogy and practice. We will now look at the curriculum content. The GITEP curriculum must include the ITT core content framework, as this represents the minimum entitlement for our trainees. GITEP have integrated this with the GITEP intent to design a curriculum which will enable trainees to meet the teacher's standards by the end of the programme. We've chosen to do this by separating our curriculum into 5 key strands. These are pedagogy, assessment, curriculum and subject knowledge, behaviour management, and professional behaviours. Each of our curriculum strands have been designed to ensure that trainees can meet the teacher's standards at the end of the course. This diagram shows how our curriculum strands are related to the teacher's standards. The ITT Core Common Framework is in 8 sections, and these relate also to the teacher's standards. They are high expectations, how pupils learn, subject and curriculum, classroom practice, adaptive teaching, assessment, managing behaviour, and professional behaviours. This slide shows a part of the core content framework. As you can see here, each part of the framework consists of learn that statements and learn how to statements. It's these statements that you'll see throughout the GITEP curriculum and also our course materials. Here, for example, you'll see these statements appearing in the trainee logbook for the Central Professional Studies sessions. These sessions are led by course leaders and the resources will all appear on Teams. This is a section from the curriculum document provided to professional leads for the professional studies sessions in schools. Again, you'll see that for each session there are learn that or learn how to statements included in the materials. This is another page from the trainee logbook, this time one of the detailed pages provided for each of the subject pathway sessions led by the subject lead. Again, you'll see that we've referred to the Common Core framework in the Learn That statements at the top of the page. The subject lead has also prompted the trainee to seek opportunities to learn how to. Again, these resources will all be posted on Teams. In summary then, we've now introduced you to the GITEP course and the key people involved, and also to the curriculum intent, delivery, structure and content. If you have any questions having watched this presentation, please make a note of them and bring them along to your face-to-face training. We hope you found this presentation useful.